how's it going, YouTube? We've got ourselves a deck profile from one of our top 32 places at the most recent Ultimate Cup in the UK. Tommy, introduce yourself.
Yes, so I'm Thomas. I came 24th out of 192, was it?
Something like that,
yeah. I played Red Gallant in Ultimate Cup. You're going to see the build, you're going to be questioning a lot of things, to be honest. It's not a very conventional Gallant build, but it did pretty well. Do we just get into it now? Or?
Yeah, let's just get into it.
Sure. So we'll start with the X. We ran 1 BT2 Digimon and 4 starter deck Digimon. This is probably like the first controversial thing about the deck. I'm going to call out Reddit here, because Reddit loves EX2 Digimon. They absolutely adore it. Anytime there's a Gallantmon deck build, they'll say, no, you have to use EX2 Digimon, it's the best one. It is the best of BT12. For this build though, you'll understand more as I go through it. And for the format itself, it needs to be able to beat Ulforce and Hydramon, because 12k was like the DP threshold to beat for some of the Digimon. Bloomlord, I should say, rather than Hydramon. And starter deck Gallantmon can sometimes find itself lacking that DP. Like, it'll swing, it'll delete a body, and then it's just sort of left with 11k, which Ulforce can just block. This Digimon, basically, if they try to stop your starter deck Gallantmon from gaining that DP boost, this guarantees that it is at least 13k DP, which means Ulforce can't block it, you can swing it security, you can go into Gallant X and then force the Ulforce to evade or whatever, and then you go from there. And same again, if you want to swing over a Bloomlord, they have an extra body, you delete it, you gain plus 2k, you swing over the Bloomlord, you're just in a good position. So that's why I run these four. This one is primarily for the BLSMR matchup, just to give an extra plus 1k Rookie lineup is pretty straightforward. We're on 4 Warp Gallantmon. I should set this out better. 4 EX2, 4 GLX.
Is it simple, not running the EX3 one at all?
The EX3 Gallantmon, I don't think it runs okay if you're running a lot of BT2 Gallant. I don't think this format calls for BT2 Gallant, and at the same time, promoting a Gallantmon isn't really ideal unless you're promoting this Gallantmon once the level 6 is out. Because then the BT2 Gallantmon lets you sort of go over this, swing at security, trash the top tier security, and then potentially swing for game. Whereas like the EX3 Gallantmon, it doesn't really do enough for what you want it to do. Like you don't really need the mill, you don't really need the X. We have a lot of 3k deletes in the deck already, we don't need another one realistically. So that's pretty standard Gallantmon lineup. We then run 4 starter deck Gallantmon, and then 4 starter deck Greymon.
Alright, explain yourself.
So, a lot of Gallant builds in the Ultimate form that I saw, they were running pretty much standard Gallant build. You have 4 Gallantmon, 2 EX2 or EX3 Gallantmon X. That's fine. The problem I have with that build is that it hard loses to Ulforce, and it just tends to be slower than other OTK decks in that format. You need something that either matches them pace to pace or just puts decks on a timer. And you don't want to be hanging around like building up a stack whilst they've already got they've got their Aero Veemon and Raising, and you're still on Growl X or you've got War Growlmon. You're not threatening game, you're not threatening lethal. Whereas with these Greymons, you put that over a Gallantmon, all of a sudden your starter deck Gallantmon swing for 3 checks, which means now they have to that's half the security gun. You're already potentially setting yourself up for a Crimson Mother game. Especially in my build, I'll show you later, but I run tie in my build. So a Greymon and a tie and a Gallantmon, it's 4 checks. So you basically say, I don't care what you have in security, I'm just going to go in. If I win, if I do well, I win. If it dies, GG, you win. This is why I run like the Greymons. I run it at 3 and then try to run like 2 Gallantmon, but I just kind of felt, just go all gas. Just go all in on the Gallantmons. If you don't see it, it's whatever. You just play standard Gallantmon.
Fair.
Then went with 3 starter deck War Growlmon, 2 EX3 War Growlmon, and 3 War Growl X. This sort of fuels the OTK part of a deck. You delete something with a Greymon in Terra, Again, you've got 4 checks on your starter deck Gallant. If you have a tie out, that's all 5 checks. You just want as many security checks as possible. Yeah, this like pretty self-explanatory. Ended up putting this back. I ended up altering this ratio a lot, so I ended up having like this at 3, this at 2, this at 2, this at 3, and this at 2, this at 3, and this at 3. I really like Wargrowl X. I think it's so good, regardless of whether or not you didn't have like the X antibody option. Just being able to say, I push Wargrowl out, I evolve into this at 0, I delete one of your body, I gain 3 memory off of it. All of a sudden, I'm just super plus off of it. Even if you don't have this, and you just sort of go Gallantmon, Wargrowl X, even if you don't get the delete effect off of this, you can still have like a delete effect from this Gallantmon, or obviously Gallantmon, and you're still gaining memory off of it, you're just doing it a bit later. So that's why I run this at 3, regardless of like not having the X antibody option. And then this Wargrowl it's good, but considering the build I was running, I just wanted more security attack in this deck. In like BT12, yeah, you definitely run more of the A3 Wargrowl. Level 6s, we ran 2 starter deck Gallant, 1 BT2, and then 3 Gallant X. Similar concepts with the Wargrowl X. Some people like sort of suggested running this at 2 because you don't have the X antibody option. This card is so good. Like, ignore the fact that you can just delete something. The fact that you can go swing with this, keep turn, and then unsuspend it with this for 1 cost. That in itself is huge. Against Ulthor, this swing and then evolve into this combo, it puts them in a lose-lose situation. Because if they can't block this Gallantmon, and this Gallantmon lives, this Gallant X basically forced them to either evade, which it restands, and then you either swing with this or you swing with Crimson Mode, or they let it die, a security is trashed and they've lost their old force. You don't win game that turn, but they have to have a competitive breath to out this. That's pretty much why I run this. And just in general, it's a very good card. It deletes a body for free. These 2 Gallantmons, self-explanatory. It's the best Gallantmon up until like BT12. You want as many security attacks as possible, and it's you want to get the biggest. This Gallantmon was more so for the Beelzemon matchup. I think it came up once. To be fair, Beelzemon only came up once against one of my matchups. Yeah, it's just generally a good card. It's the best one to walk over. Because you swing with this, you trash the security. It's Crimson Mode Lights, basically. You swing with it, trash security, and then your opponent has no security down. They have to either block it or just have more security, or watch their track pile. And then for the last of the Digimon, we ended up with 3 Crimson Mode.
Unhinged.
Unhinged. A lot of people will just say run 2. 2 is enough. Come EX4, I would say yeah, 2 is enough. In like Ulti-Cut format, and I'd even say in BT12 format, and Tommy and T can back me up on this, just being able to see this every game is so big. Because it means you're not having to dig for it, like you like need it as a proof piece, and at worst, it's insecurity, it's a 15k bomb. But Ulti-Cut, there's not many things hitting over 15k, so it's like a Gaia Force in security, kind of. I don't really need to talk about the card itself. The card is cracked. It's a game winner. I'd never thought I'd be saying swing for Crimson Mode for game in BT11, pretty much. Tamers, 2 tie. I think it was 3 to cancel. Yeah, 3 to cancel. Some people would say run 4 instead. The ratio for Takato at the moment is a bit weird. 3 feels like too little, 4 feels like too many. I think my thinking was with this deck, if I have tie, I don't mind seeing Takato less, because I will find other ways to keep turn. Like my build is more about gaining memory, keeping turn that way, and not always relying on blitz. The Takato was nice to have, of course. Like once it's out, yeah, you can go your Crimson Mode plays, or you swing for Gallantmon plays, but if you can keep turn without this, I'm happy to see this at 3 and then just find it as and when I need it. You do need to play it against Ulthor straight away, because you need to be able to blitz with Gallantmon, Gallant X if you don't find the tie. But other than that, yeah, the tie was more important to me than finding the Takato at times. Now we move on to the options, and this is where it gets truly unhinged. 4 red memory boosts.
Gas.
Gas, because we just want to see the Greymons as often as possible. 1 Crimson Blaze. This card against Beelzemon is so good. Like, if you buff this to 7k wide and you delete a Balmon with it, they can't flow to Beelzemon. So they can, and if they mill Beelzemon the X2, they can't like float an Hitmon as well. It's crazy. And then my goat, my card of the tournament.
Yes, sir.
This card is so good. I ignore the fact that it issues security. You know, BT1, different time. So I'll go through like theory recap from the wider. If you have tie and you set your memory to 3, this puts you to 5. Like, you basically say with this, I don't need to Kato because I will go Gallant for 3, Gallant X for 1, and that's still my turn. And then if you happen to have like a Growlmon inherit, or if you go into War Growl X beforehand, you get some crazy plays where you can even go into Crimson mode and still keep turn. So like, let's see how like a memory boost out. You go to 5. You trash that, go to 5. You play Gravity Swift, go to 7. Delete something with the War Growl X. You just go big. You evolve into starter deck Gallantmon. You swing. You go into Crimson mode for 6. You just keep turn, which like is crazy in a deck where Blitz is so key. Just being able to say, oh, you put me to 3. No, I go to 7. I go to 9. I go to like ridiculous amounts. I give you 10 memory, but you don't get a turn because I've already won.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And that's the deck list, pretty much. Matchups. Round 1 was Armour Rush. I would like to be a little salty. Fuck Armour Rush. Or more specifically, fuck Megadeth. Who decided like a 5-cost option for that bounce? Like if they like have a memory tester as well, they have a Davis out and they go to 3, jamming Veemon, Megadeth, they put you to 2. Like great, what am I supposed to do something to do with that? You've just got an opportunity. Other than that, you know, Armour Purge just kind of messes with Gallantmon and like Magnemon, Magna X. I have to find 3 deletion effects, which is like it's not.
The matchup's rough, but who the hell is running Armour in Ultimate Cup?
I mean, wasn't Sap considering it at one point?
Yeah.
Some people are crazy. I mean, some people are trying to play Massive. There's devout players out there. Maybe not like Sound of Mind, but I'm playing Gallantmon. Round 2 was actually a Gallantmon mirror. Again, shout out to Tommy NT for like playing the Gallant mirror with me. He was playing such a weird build. He was playing Aus Generics and Judgment of the Blade, which I have tried before. It's crazy. It can work, but it's not. Just either run standard or run whatever the hell I'm running. Not really. So yeah, I won against the Gallantmon mirror. He tried to. He pushed out a bit too early at times, and he also just didn't find the castle. So it's like, yeah, you don't find Blitz, that's all. Round 3 was Balloon Lord. He didn't find a Balloon Lord round 2. Like, he just didn't find a Balloon Lord until like halfway through his deck, so he just kind of just sat on the edge of the guitar, hoping he'd find it. And then, just didn't find it. I was sort of had free reign to go ham on his board. It just didn't really pop off for him, unfortunately. Round 4 was also Blue Wall. That was against Marcio. I don't think I really played it wrong. I think he just played it better. There was like one misplay maybe where I pushed out a Gallantmon where I shouldn't have, but he had like a board and then I just started raising. So I had to do something before I should win.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marcio, good player. Not much else I can say about that. After that, it was just pretty much straight wins. It was then Machinedramon, which the moment I saw Machinedramon, I was like, I hate Machinedramon with a passion. It's like the worst deck against Gallantmon. But fortunately, round 1, he set up a KHDramon with no blocker and didn't find an emerald plan.
Right.
And then round 2, I kind of had like, I swung for 4 checks. I then, next turn, swung for check. It de-digivolved my Gallant X, but that allowed me to go into Gallant X, which had nothing on board, to unsuspend, and then blitz the game. Something to a DT dimension, I think it was.
Right,
so it's like, the one thing in security that could have like won, and they just swung into it.
Yeah.
It's super unfortunate. But why just managed to outpace him, unfortunately. He didn't see his analog man, which I'll take it. Round 6 was Beelzemon. I got so lucky. Round 1 I lost. I couldn't find a level 5. I was like digging for level 5 for ages. Couldn't find one. He wins round 1. Round 2, he wins if his Gallantmon swings for 2 checks and doesn't die. First check is a Crimson Milk. Which is relevant.
Yeah.
You run it at 3.
I take it he was warping then, right?
Yes, so he
Yeah.
walked with the start of the game on. Yeah, if he had Blast Board in hand as well, and just couldn't find it. Game 3, he needed to find a Deathlinger or a Rival Barrage to out my board, and he just didn't find them.
Okay.
So that's like, yeah, that's unfortunate. But I'll take it. And then the last round with Blue Flare. I think Blue Flare is really, it's pretty easy for him. I won't say easy for Gallantmon, actually. You have to think. But because it relies on one stat primarily, Blue Flare has to always find the Digimon freeze. If it can't find it, it's just kind of stuck there. And again, I kind of pushed out, swung for 4 checks, it survived, and he didn't really have an answer to build that round 1. Round 2 was a little bit closer. Again, he kind of swung the security and it died when it didn't need to. And then I kind of had like a 5 or 6 Digimon wide board, which with Gallantmon is not something you usually do.
Yeah, against Blue Flare as well. That's like asking to die.
But yeah, he just couldn't find his pieces, and yeah, from there it was just a case of could he freeze all my bodies, which he couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking at my matchups. I am a little salty, which is gonna be a weird thing to say. I didn't play one Ulforce. I practiced so much against Ulforce. I goldfished with this deck. I played against Josh against Ulforce. This deck was sort of built with the pretense of I will see Ulforce at Ulti Cup and I will have to win that matchup. Didn't see it once.
Yeah, there was a lot of Bloom Lord, there was a lot of Blue Flare.
Which was crazy. I expected Ulforce to be like
Yeah. It's an expensive deck.
True. But yeah, that's the build. That's how my run went.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for recording.
Yeah, any other shout outs you want to give?
So shout out to Tommy and T, shout out to Josh and Nathan, who I fell down with, who also got top 32.
Yeah.
Josh ran All Force and Nathan ran a Blue Lord. He was my round 3 that I beat.
Okay.
Might get an angry comment
They
later.
they were out to get us. There were so many team kills.
So many Blue Lords. And just shout out to the fanboy gang in general, you know. I've been coming to these weeklies for a while now. You've all been like super welcoming. I've been playing for like a few months, really enjoying it, and just happy to be playing. So yeah, just shout out to the fanboy group in general.
All right. Well, thanks for the content, and I'll see you in the next one.